Hello and welcome to another Wild Cafe. Today's version or session is a little bit different in that there is information that has been accumulated over time that is ready to be transmitted. And so, without further ado, hoping that the transmission is helpful and beneficial for you in your path of awakening, in your path of knowing who you are and envisioning and embodying that best version of who you are in your highest self so that you can contribute and help humanity rise into who we are meant to be. Remember also that this is a channeled message. And so if you are tuned into yourself, then this will allow you to receive the information in a clearer way. Otherwise, you can take a few deep breaths and ground yourself in your highest, deepest essence so that you can best receive the transmission. And so, welcoming everyone to the transmission from the higher spiritual realms. We are here to tell you that there is a different reality. And just like this woman knows, there are many other vessels around planet Earth who have incarnated and are able and ready to transmit the information that we are here for you to receive. Know that whatever level you are receiving this information from is also fine. You can always listen to the videos and the recordings again so that you can perceive the world in a better way. We are here to tell you that there are people like this woman who have been getting ready in order to put forward the information that we are about to express. These are the blueprints of society, the blueprints of the new earth, which need to be unveiled in order for the grounding to happen in the material world. There are a lot of structures that have been and will be crumbling, and this will keep on going for the next 25 years. 2025 is a pivotal point. You are ready. Most of you are ready to hear that what it is being transmitted. And without further ado, we shall go into brief detail to the patterns or the blueprints of the new earth so that you can get accustomed to what is here to come and to be unveiled. Yet, if you are not at this vibration, do not fret and know that you have the time and the capacity and the ability to step into your higher self and be able to recognize yourself for who you are. So, number one, the system of finances is corrupt. This cannot continue this way, no matter how much expansion and acceleration that takes place in the form of abundance and quantity of money. If the grounding or the foundation is not is not beneficial for society, then it will crumble down again, only because people need to come from their hearts. There is another system of bartering, of exchanging, of simply coming from the heart. That is what we are expected to be, and that is how the financial system will succeed, when people are able to come from their hearts, and in that higher quintessential essence, they can trade, they can barter, they can give and receive. This is the only way that the financial system will prevail. Other forms of monotheistic entity-driven systems will not prevail. So we shall explain this in separate videos so that you are aware of the information in a more detailed form. Today is only to be received in a more generalized terms, so that you can have an idea of the blueprints of the new earth. And if you are here only to make money, if you are here as a form of quantum leap in order to receive, then you are also being part of the matrix. Even if a newer matrix, it is still based on the older patterns of unawareness, and so this cannot prevail. Number two, the system of education. The system of education is crumbling. At this point in time, there are two systems that are being run parallel. One is the system being run by the system, so by the governments, by those who are still in power, and these are wanting to keep and maintain the status quo of pertaining to this word. So in the traditional pyramid, where the pretty much 80% of the people are working to sustain the 1 or 2% who are higher in the realm of power, of control, of manipulation, of power struggle, of achieving that what they think they need. But in essence, that has to crumble down as well, because it is only um, their own egotistical essence that is dictating them that it is a need. It is just the desire for power and control. Education has been based on this system for a long time now, and it is time for it to crumble down. Slowly, little by little, people are waking up and they are realizing that this system no longer works. It never really worked. But you guys, humanoids, got enmeshed in this system, and now it is a process of enmeshing from what you have created. As you well know, this coming and stemming from people with authority, especially coming from religions. The religious masters were the ones who had access to the higher information, and so they started to manipulate, to hide, to lie, and to only express and allow people to receive the information they wanted to transmit in order for them to be indoctrinated and to follow a system that contributed to these higher authority powers. Um, so even if you are to watch the way that the whole educational system has been brought up and created, you will see different characteristics that really showcase what I am talking about. For example, the fact that the teacher is here and the students are seen as inferior, whilst in reality, the process of teaching and learning, of giving and receiving, is taking place at the same time, and both teacher and learner are givers and receivers reciprocally. Until this is changed as well, until there is a system of more equality, then the system is bound to be loose and to not function properly at the level that the new earth is requiring for an education that is really served and given by life itself. And so, as you may well know, you may be a part of it, there are different alternative systems such as the homeschooling, unschooling, etc., etc. These are avenues that are also being explored by humanoids who, if not careful, they may very well follow the same path of structure and hierarchical authoritarianism, which is once again not going to work for the system, because this is a monochrome system that what we are wanting to say is that the information that is taking place in society as part of the educational system is something that is a living process. And so if the homeschooling, unschooling, alternative educational community is not able to embrace this system of awareness and of equality and of experience and self-exploration as a live entity, then the whole system becomes again driven by the mind, driven by the structures that then create so much suffering, because we are once again putting labels and putting boxes and not allowing the system to expand, to grow in itself as it needs. Once again, another video will be explained with regards to the system of education, because it's one of the basic foundations of the system, and one of the newer blueprints of the new earth. System of justice, number 3. What can we say about this? The system of justice has been so tainted from pretty much the early stages that without trust there is no ability to perceive the reality for what is. The system of justice should be able to incorporate the spiritual realm, so that we are laughing because we know that this is a very alien concept for you guys. The system of justice has been based on the morality of, once again, those on top of the pyramid who are wanting to maintain the status quo. It has nothing to do with the ability to embrace and reciprocate and include the whole of society, all of the sparks of God, but instead it has been here to create and maintain the same status quo of those who are in power, who have created the system of justice. And so once spirituality is embraced, we will realize that we are working as a living entity. And so all of your systems in the new earth are based on this grounding foundation that everything is a living entity. Consciousness as an awareness of expansion is a living entity. There are no limitations that can be put onto it, if only for the focused manifestation of a denser reality. But in other worlds, in other terms, everything is constantly moving, everything is constantly evolving, and it is not until society embraces this constant change in all of its foundational structures that the new earth can really prevail. So there is a lot of work to be done on the system of justice, because there has been no transparency, no honesty, and not coming from the heart. So the heart is really being felt here. I am seeing the visual of a green heart and how Mother Earth, Tara, it is needing, planet Gaia, it is needing so much love from the humanoids that are inhabiting its planet, its terrain, because it has been unjustly abused and badly treated. So when we are able to interfere, I guess, love, so put love into the whole equation, bear with me, we are channeling from different realms, and hence the information is sometimes challenging to come through, especially because this human vessel has a different mother tongue, which is Spanish. So we are translating into different systems. So a lot of love needs to be given to Mother Earth, to Gaia, and we can see how this is related to the systems of the weather. So the weather is um, how we are being controlled. Uh, we also in other spiritual realms can feel this because everything is affected. We are all one. And so when you humanoids in the darker agendas are playing with the weather systems, then other realms are also affected. This interference of the darker agendas are part of their plan, and it is how they have infiltrated in systems such as the justice system. So, like uh, I was saying, if there is no justice because uh, you do not feel that you're protected, that the system is really coming from the heart, that is really going to protect the needs of those individuals who are there claiming their need for protection, then there is no trust, and so everything crumbles down. So the main thing is that nobody can trust anything. If you cannot trust the systems that are meant to be cocooning and supporting you and guiding you in your process of awakening, then everything is a lie, which is what is happening. This system, this matrix is a lie, and it has been consumed by the ego and created, been man-made. So the foundations of the older earth are crumbling down because they are not valid, they are unreal, they are unrealistic as well. Everything has to come from the heart, from the higher heart. And once we realize that we are all connected, then that is how this system can thrive. These are the main systems: the education, justice, and the financial system. Obviously, there are others out there, and we would love to transmit some more information through this channel with regards to the new blueprints of the new earth. But this has been enough information for today for you to digest, for you to explore, for you to open up your minds and maybe start your process of research and of exploration of other alternative systems that are out there. You may already well be doing them in them and questioning about the real truth and validity of reality. The reality that you see in the matrix is not real. It has been man-made and created in a way that is abusive and destructive, even for planet Earth. So it is time to rise. It is time to rise. It is time to allow for your higher power to be the one that is in charge. And when other individuals are able to do the same, then we all act as a collective, we all act as one. Once again, we thank you for your transmission. We thank you for the time, space, and vessel to be able to communicate through you this very important information that is needed for the blueprints of the new earth to be incorporated, established, and maintained in the long run. Remember that it is you. It is you who has to do the inner work. It is you in whom everything becomes responsible. So through you, through your actions, through your words, you are creating the manifestations that we are all co-creating to exist in this new earth. So thank you, we command you, and we shall be here to transmit more detailed information on every one of the blueprints. Before we forget, there is another very important patriarchal system that has been crumbling down, and this is related to sacred sexuality, but we will first touch upon these other topics and also go deeper within the sacred sexuality realm for you to understand, because it actually touches on all of them. Once you discover your own life force essence, then you are able to read and redesign the new reality. Thank you. Hoping it has been beneficial and helpful.